In the end, cowards are those who follow the dark side.
Alright folks, how you doing? So let's demonstrate in this video the truly delusional nature of the narcissist when Rick confronts Negan from The Walking Dead. Tried his little whistle to intimidate Rick, who's just chased him down, by the way, with a revolver and a machine gun. So I think at this point Rick's kind of past being intimidated. In fact, Rick even threw a hatchet at him, so I don't think that's really going to work. Minor example, but still it stands.
You still alive? I'm a goddamn cat.
Well, he just whistled at you, so my assumption would be yes, unless zombies have learned how to whistle.
Come on, baby. Where are you?
And Negan at this point is looking for his bat, which is a extension of his late wife, who he, by the way, abused horribly and cheated on and treated like crap, just so you know. By his own admission, by the way, if you watched the confession he gave to Gabriel, the priest. Or if you watched the episode that has his wife in it, which I did. Of course, they live in La La Land, do the narcissists. They live in the... What was that thing in The Simpsons where the Germans took over the nuclear plant? The land of chocolate? Yeah, they pretty much live there.
So where's your people?
Great question, and more than once this comes up, as in what I was just talking about, where he's trapped in the trailer with the priest, Father Gabriel, and once again, nobody actually comes to rescue him. Like I said, the low-level narcissist is a train wreck, is a bulldozer, is a bull charging towards red 24/7, pretty much. They are complete fucking train wrecks.
You should be here by now. You can get that far.
Exactly.
Oh, they're coming. This is where you die. In the dark. All alone.
Well, that's what should have happened, except that, you know, it's a TV show and they run to a budget and they need to think about the next episodes, blah, 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 etc. and so forth. But, you know, plot armor is kind of a thing.
What the hell is your problem, Rick?
Again, always with the narcissist and blame shifting. Always everyone else's fault. They're saints, they're angels. They never do anything wrong. Of course not. Rolls eyes.
Huh? I mean, I know you're working through some shit, the worst
False empathy.
kind of shit, I know, but if you aren't the most stubborn know-it-all prick I've ever crossed dicks with.
Oh, you mean somebody came along who didn't bow down and kiss your ass and the most stubborn prick ever? Yeah, right.
Why didn't you just let me save you, Rick?
Save me from what? It's never even specified what the hell the saviors are meant to be saving us from.
I'm good at it. I saved everybody at the sanctuary, the outpost, Hilltop, Kingdom. I saved them all. They're
From what? From what? What did these so-called saviors even save anyone from?
kids. Grow up safe. They didn't lose one after we took over.
Well, they would have if they failed to meet your quotas, that's for damn sure.
All those people were doing just fine before Rick was.
Classic blame shifting and projection. Nothing extraordinary here to see. And by the way, I kind of like how Yoda confronts Sidious and he tries to run away. Why is Negan just wandering around aimlessly? Why does he not just attack? Well, because narcissists are bullies and bullies are cowards.
not only failed your boy...
I mean, Rick is literally out of bullets. He shot like 2 magazines of AK rounds at him. He's unloaded his revolver. Rick doesn't really have any weapons that Negan knows of, and yet he doesn't attack. That might be a question to ask. Why not?
Failed your people, Rick. Kind of makes me sick just thinking about it. All that wasted potential.
In other words, wasted potential not working for me, because everything about the Narcissist revolves around them.
But see, there is still hope for you. A one-time deal that I will make in the memory of your badass son, someone that I actually respected.
Now, in case anyone's saying, oh, Negan must be empathetic because he liked Carl. No, he saw Carl as a projection of his own potential son. He thought of Carl as the son that he never had. So even then, it's still to do with himself. It's still to do with something or someone that he saw as potentially an extension of his own self. That's why he had such an attachment to Carl. It's not to do with any sort of paternal instinct or fatherly instinct or love. No such thing as love with narcissists. It's all just a very unhealthy and delusional projection.
You get Hilltop, Kingdom, Alexandria to fall in line, and our arrangement is back in place. And
talk about fucking delusional. This guy has just run you into a building, firing 2 whole clips of AK-47 rounds in your direction, and unloaded his revolver and threw a hatchet at you, and you still think you can negotiate with this guy? You see what I mean by delusional?
And you are forgiven, Rick.
A normal person, or an empath, or anyone who's halfway sane, would not be trying to negotiate with someone who has just come running at you, bullet spraying, throwing things at you, desperately trying to kill you. But narcissists live in fucking La La Land. If this clip does not prove it, I don't know what the hell will.
I will lower my take from 50 to 25%. A lousy 25%.
That's only in the short term, by the way. That would go up to 50% over about 6 months to a year, to 75% within 3 to 5. I guarantee you. Ever read Animal Farm? Yeah, exactly.
But you gotta come work for me.
Oh, but there's a condition. Of course there is. You have to be my personal slave. This guy is obsessed with enslaving people. Does that seem healthy to you? Or does that seem toxic? Maybe ask that question before you worship this guy. You know? Maybe before you fanboy or fangirl over this narcissist, this extremely toxic individual. Oh, he's cute. Oh, he's funny. Oh, well, you got to look beyond the surface, people. You know, read between the lines, not just the lines. Read between them. Read the psychological processes and the mindset of such an individual. For fuck's sake, don't be fucking idiots.
Janitorial to start. Not bad at all.
That's kind of what Daryl was, by the way. And just in case I need to remind anyone who's watched this show, janitorial means you'd be in the same position that Daryl was in when he was locked in the cell, listening to that song over and over again, and eating dog food and spewing his guts up. Just in case I needed to remind you of that.
Your people, they get to live like 75%.
Oh yeah, what was that song? Easy Street, listening to that 24/7. That is what Rick would be accepting in this deal if he accepted it. Listening to Easy Street over and over again, sleep deprivation, eating dog food, throwing up, wearing a stinking jumpsuit, not being able to bathe or eat properly for weeks on end, and bowing to this guy. And listening to him ramble on and on for hours on end. And his delusions. Sounds like a great deal? I don't think so.
Kings! Now that is an epic freaking Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa gift all rolled up into one, considering what a thorn in my ass cheek you've all been.
No, a Christmas gift is something that you give to people without asking anything in return. He's still asking a great deal in return, especially from Rick himself personally. So that's not a gift. It sounds fucking horrible, because you're dealing with a very horrible and toxic person.
Now, why would I trust any deal offered to me
after what you did to Jadis's people.
Now, here's Rick coming back strong.
The hell are you talking about?
In case you don't know the context of this conversation, Negan's second in command, a guy called Simon, is even more of a complete fucking psychopath than he is. He went behind Negan's back, wiped out this other community that Rick's referring to here without Negan's knowledge, so his control is not anywhere near as absolute as he thinks it is. He can't even control his own people. So that's how good of a leader Negan is. I mean, Rick is not perfect by any measure of the imagination, but Negan, his people committed a whole massacre behind his back and he didn't know anything about it. The low-level narcissist tries to control everyone, thinks they control everyone, but in the end, they're just highly self-destructive and delusional, and they don't know half or quarter what they think they do. Understand this. Get this into your head.
Scavengers. You killed them. All of them.
Now, in fairness, Negan had nothing to do with this, but it is still his responsibility because he's supposed to be the leader of the people who committed this atrocity, which shows that he is not a strong leader. He's not a good leader.
A whole community just wiped out. Is that how you save people? Son of a bitch.
And Negan, in his delusional thinking, will convince himself this is the reason Rick did not accept his generous terms, his generous deal. No, he's never going to accept the deal anyway. But this just shows how deluded he truly is.
Still just me and you, even though plenty of your people must have seen you go. See, it's times like this you realize who your true friends are.
And when you're a low-level narcissist, you have no such thing as friends, because they are going to take the whatever opportunity, the nearest, the greatest, whatever, the simplest opportunity that springs up to get the fuck rid of you, because you're a fucking toxic person who drives people into the ground, tortures people, makes their lives hell, turns them into slaves, turns them into unwilling prostitutes, turns them into victims. The nearest chance that they get, they're going to throw your ass under the fucking bus. Or if they don't, they're going to let your enemies, when they show up, just take you out. Rick should have killed them way before now. In real life, he would have, but for plot armor, and it's a fucking TV show. But, this goes and shows exactly what the low-level narcissist is. A human bulldozer. More so to themselves than anyone else. These people are insane, they're deluded, they're toxic, and everyone else fucking despises them and will gladly see them go get eaten up by the wolves at the nearest opportunity, sit back with their feet up, eating popcorn and roasting weenies over the fire and cracking up on a couple of Heinekens, toasting each other while it fucking happens.
No one's coming for you.
Exactly. No one is coming for you. And if you watched this episode or clips connected to this one, you will see Simon, the psychopath who wiped out the community that Rick was referring to, and Dwight, the guy in the previous clip that I posted, with half his face burned off, turning their backs on him, walking away, and hoping to fuck that he gets destroyed.
Oh, that was never gonna last.
Exactly. The reign of the lesser narcissist does not last long.
Sooner or later, you were gonna meet someone like me. You can't save me. Or my people. Or even yours.
Bitter truth here. Bitter truth.
You can't save anyone because you don't care about anyone.
Exactly. Couldn't have put it any better myself. He doesn't care about anybody because he's a low-level narcissist. There's only one person in the world of the narcissist, and that's the narcissist.
You use people. Bring you food. To sleep with you.
To abuse, to bully, to harass, to name-call into the ground, to torment like they're your little toys. They're not people with feelings, because there's no such thing as people with feelings in the narcissist world except the narcissist.
To protect you. The only thing you care about is this bat.
Which is an extension of himself.
You can't even say that. I'll make you a deal. I'll let you kiss her goodbye. Don't you touch her!
Oh, now he springs into action. He could have at any point, but now he springs into action. Because something that he considers an extension of himself, of his family, of his wife, you know, something that belongs to him, his own property, the king's property, is being threatened. Oh, now he springs into action.
Come get her.
And you see from Rick here, you know, if you push people too far, how they can go. And the low-level narcissist will inevitably push people to the point that they just fucking snap and do crazy shit like this. So yeah, I think I've made my point. Thanks for watching.